My next guest tonight is the senior senator from the great state of Oregon, and he has a new book out called It Takes Chuzpah. His name is Senator Ron Wyden. He's up late with me tonight here on the Final Five. And sir, I know there's just a little bit going on in Capitol Hill, so thanks for taking some time with us.
You think? It's amazing, the velocity of activity.
Have you, I mean, you've been in the Senate for a couple decades now. Have you ever seen a time like this?
I've never seen a time like this, and I can tell you I've never seen anything like what Elon Musk is up to, because to me, he is ignoring the checks and balances of our republic. And I think that comes pretty darn close to being about a coup.
As we look at what's, you know, the weeks to come, I mean, we've already had several nominations make their way through, and Marco Rubio's went through unanimously. Usually Senate colleagues extend some sort of deference. But when you look at some of these other nominations, for example, Pam Bondi, Pete Hegseth, a lot of Democrats have made their voices known through this.
And that's going to continue in an area that I care a great deal about. I've always thought that health care is the most important issue, because if you and your loved ones don't have your health, everything else goes by the board. We had the Kennedy nomination, and I will tell you, I think that the Kennedy nomination is really going to set this country back significantly for years to come in terms of people being able to get quality, affordable health care.
I want to shift gears here because you do have a book out, as mentioned. It's called It Takes Chuzpah.
Thank you.
Look, I know what chutzpah means. I made sure that my friends, I was trying to be the good Gentile friend and make sure that I use these terms correctly here. But for our viewers here, how do you define chutzpah?
Chutzpah is grit. It's determination. It's nerve. It's about being willing to take on big odds. And for example, that's my life story. I wanted to play in the NBA. I went to school on a basketball scholarship. That didn't work. Out. But when it didn't, I decided to volunteer for a senator in Oregon, Wayne Morris, who had a lot of senior citizens coming up to him. And he would then say, well, Ron's going to take care of that senior issue for you. And I said, what do you mean, Senator? I don't even know how many digits in the Social Security number. Why would I do that? I wanted to play in the NBA. And he said, Ron, it'll help a lot of people. And I decided one day, based on the fact that I have a lot of chutzpah, I said, I'll take a crack at this. And I was the youngest person Oregon had elected to the Senate in a long time. And the reason I won is one of the grandmothers said to me, they said, just remember, no voter can say no to their grandmother. That's chutzpah.
You lay out Ron's 12 rules of chutzpah. So how did you come up with these, and which one do you think really is the one that would help America right now?
I think probably the one that would help the most is the one where we say it's important to work with anybody who's got a good idea across the political spectrum. I've been doing a lot of technology work, AI for example, and I've written the Algorithmic Accountability Act. It's not a Democratic bill. It's not a Republican bill. It's probably the foundation of sensible algorithm policy as it relates to education and healthcare and jobs. And that's one of the foremost rules of It Takes Chuzpah, is work with anybody who's got good ideas and going to help take America forward.
So look, when politicians write books, it usually signals that they're looking at the White House or something else. I mean, you're not in that realm.
You're in a historic interview. You're in an interview where you have the only one out of 100 United States senators who has said, I'm not running for president of the United States. I felt it was so important with all the work we're talking about, healthcare and algorithms and innovation and like, that there ought to be a couple people who would stay behind and pound away at the rock pile, trying to come up with good ideas that people can rally behind. And then when people don't find it works out on the campaign trail, I can bring them back. But I guess I'm barely a household word in my own household sometimes, but I am a bit of a history factor, being the only guy who's actually taken himself out of the running. Probably everybody else is writing books, basically telling everybody to sign up for their presidential exploratory committee. You will not see that in It Takes Chuzpah.
The book is, as we've said several times, It Takes Chutzpah. It's up for sale now. Get it at your local bookstore. Check it out. Senator Ron Wyden, thank you, sir. Appreciate your time.
Thanks for having me. A lot of fun. Let's do it again.
I would love to do that. It's my honor. Final five is back after this.
Thanks so much.